I
Hi
quit
guys,
smoking
my name is Jay
nicotine.
Rhymes if you don't know me. So I told myself I was gonna heal this year. And honestly, didn't want to give myself like a deadline, and I didn't want to do the New Year's resolution because honestly, they just don't work for me. I don't know about you, everybody's different, they just don't work for me. So let me explain. I've been smoking nicotine for about 8 years, about to be 24 this year. Crazy, I don't look 24. I keep getting that, but it's okay. And 8 years of smoking is just like no bueno for me. Like, I don't want to be like every stereotypical smoker. Not trying to be like, oh, like it's bad to do it, you know. But like for me, my lifestyle is just, it's not serving me anymore. It's not doing what it used to. And honestly, it's just very addicting. Like, it's so addicting. You know, at first, like, people say like, oh, like it's good to, you know, handle your stress. But after like the first year or second year of constant vaping and constant smoking, like you feel like you might not feel the difference, but I definitely felt the difference after year 4. Like before I used to smoke, like I was an athlete, and most people were. Like, I was an athlete, I was the fastest on my track team. Like, I wasn't even touching any type of like drug. And for some reason, I did not believe my mom when she said that nicotine is the most addictive. I thought that, you know, she was just saying like, okay, like it's addictive because I've been doing it for like 40 plus years, you know what I mean? No. After like the 4th year, like I was in denial. I was even addicted to nicotine. And by the 5th year, I just didn't want to deal with myself at all. I'm like, okay, there's no way I could stop because nicotine was just a routine thing in my life. Like, I wake up, I smoke. I do this, I smoke. And that's how it was for weed, but weed was like a lot easier for me to stop because it wasn't like something that was just like readily available and always in my hand. I didn't smoke like the pens. I smoked like actual weed flower. So it was different. When it came to the vape though, I was addicted, and I was kind of embarrassed about it because I told myself I would never really get addicted to anything. But that's the thing about addiction. You never realize or think it's going to happen to you. And that's how people get addicted and don't realize that they're addicted. So for the past, let's say like 5 years, I've been trying to stop. And the more I think about stopping, the more I just couldn't. I just could not stop. And it got to a point where I was literally beating myself up every single night, staying up late hours, like staying up for mad long, just thinking about quitting smoking. I would literally go through the feelings of just beating myself up and just being so miserable with myself and so helpless and so just like, basically just so tired. I was just so tired of myself. I couldn't even look at myself at one point because I was so miserable with the thought that I actually had to deal and cope this way. But I realized that it was nobody's problem but mine. I also had to stop with the victim mentality shit because, like, honestly, we're all victims to the shit. But if we think that way, we're never gonna stop. We're always going to use it as a crutch. I smoke because of this. I smoke when I'm stressed. I'm angry, so I'm gonna smoke. You're always gonna make an excuse for why you need to do something. You have to cut that stuff out so you can actually renew yourself. And so basically, that's what I did. Didn't really do what I used to. And I think that's something that I'm not used to. I just kind of let my body do what it does. Your body knows best. And I think that's something that we forget. We forget that all the time. I at least forget. And so this January 16th, I was gonna put out an album and everything was gonna be good. But God had different plans. I started to cleanse my body in a different way than I'm used to. I ended up getting a vocal strain because I was working on the album, and I guess I hit a note that was a little too strong for me, and my voice was shot. Next day I wake up and I can't talk. My throat is itchy, everything hurts. And so that gave me no other choice but to actually stop smoking. And I could have still smoked because it wasn't like I was sick or anything, but I just decided to let my body fully heal. And this is when I went on the biggest journey of my life, at least one of them. The first day of not smoking was kind of easy. Didn't think about it, didn't feel tedious, didn't feel anything. I just kind of slept through the day because my voice hurt. When I tell you the second day though, is when things kind of got strange. I started getting these sick feelings. I started getting this like phlegm in my throat. I started just getting very like tired, drained, fatigued. Like it felt like I had the flu, but not like the flu. It was weird. So I had to do some research because I never felt this way, and I've tried to quit before, but it never felt like this. And so the next day it got even worse, which is the third day. And you know how they say the third day of not smoking is the worst? Well, let me just tell you, they are actually right, because I was feeling like shit. But for some reason, I just kind of slept through it. It wasn't like I was thinking about anything. And I was actually glad that I wasn't thinking about anything because it helped me get through it. By the time I realized that it was already the fourth day, and I couldn't even go to work. Like these days, I was literally like in my bed, like stuck in my bed. I couldn't even really talk. This is the first day I'm actually talking. I haven't talked for 5 days, and I went through a lot of sickness. I had to take warm showers. I had to, eat fruit. I had to drink juice. I had to drink electrolytes. I had to really get my body back on schedule. And nobody tells you that when you actually are addicted to nicotine, that your body's gonna go through this thing called smoker's flu. And I actually had to look that up because I'm like, what the heck is happening to my body? Like, this is not what I thought healing felt like. But before you heal, you have to go through painful experiences. Like, healing is not just like roses and fucking, it's not roses, bro. It doesn't look the way people say it looks for everybody. Healing is hard. Healing hurts. Healing feels unnecessary and necessary at the same time. It's a weird feeling. In that process of me going through the sickness, because the only reason why I was going through the sickness is because my body was clearing out the nicotine in my body from all the years of me smoking. And I was just going with the flow this time. I wasn't rejecting it. I wasn't, refusing myself of the care. I just kind of was going with it. And now it's the 6th day of me not smoking. And honestly, I feel a lot better than I did the first day. Yes, it was unexpected, but it was worth it. And now I could actually see a future for myself that I didn't actually want to see. I didn't see myself not smoking nicotine, and I didn't see myself quitting this soon. So now it kind of gives me hope that I can actually do bigger and better things. When I was smoking, it was depriving me of my oxygen. Like, I would just have really hard times breathing and just really low energy. I would just feel like, not headaches, but I would just get very like a lot of pressure in my head. My chest always somehow felt tight at this point in my life. Like, it was weird because 4 years, it didn't feel like anything. But after 8 years of smoking, it felt like something. And I just wanted to just act like it wasn't happening. But it was. And people don't realize these feelings that you slowly start to experience, they're only gonna get worse. They're not gonna get better. So why keep doing this to yourself when there's no result? There's no benefit to this shit. There's really no benefit. You're just making excuses to bypass the things that you actually feel, but it's just gonna make it feel worse. You know what I mean? You're just gonna make yourself feel worse. I do not wish smoker's flu on anybody because this has been so intense, especially having to take care of myself by myself. Nobody checking up on me, nobody, But I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this because I want a better life. I'm doing this because, I'm embarrassed to say I was addicted to nicotine, but we're all addicted to something. It's just a matter about, is it actually worth it? Is it actually worth being this addicted and losing all self-control? Is it worth being so codependent on something that's not going to serve me? You have to think about these questions because these things are actually detrimental to your life. And I just didn't want to see it in that moment.